All right, we got a few minutes, Dirk, so I want to get to our off script here. I unfortunately have a rather lengthy setup for you.
Then I won't have time to answer.
There you go. Awesome. Hey, all right, that's our show. All right, well, this is going back to your Antikythera mechanism article, which ran last week.
Yes, the ancient clock.
You know, it's nearing 2,000 reads. Last I checked, I don't know, maybe it's over 2,000 reads. I haven't looked at it in a couple of days.
Yeah, close.
But it's close. So good work on that one, man. You got a lot of reads. That's one of our highest read articles the last couple of months. So you took your op-ed into some interesting places regarding the relative value of abstract versus concrete thinking. And that was really the basis of the article. The Antikythera mechanism was just the jumping off point for that. But read it to learn more. I don't want to get into it too much here. And it was there that you got some really interesting reader comments, abstract thought versus concrete thought. And I wanted to read a couple of these to you. You responded to them a little bit already, but I want maybe you to expand on it a little bit, because there were two that I thought were really, really interesting that I want to specifically call out. And we're going to put them on the slide too, because they're a little bit lengthy. The first one is from a reader named, or his handle is LFM. You probably remember that one. He wrote a rather lengthy comment, very, very well written comment
really good.
About this. And it ended with this. The STEM initiative is so important for the 21st century, but I fear for its dilution when arts get involved as a substitute. I think the STEAM movement is anathema to science and technology. Of course, the A there is arts. Arts. I disagree that scientists and artists are more alike than different, as a Scientific American article of some years ago posits. Artists tag along and may make meaningful the advances to science of the common person, but they work with emotions and the common human experience. Neither of these is the coin of the realm for science and technology. In other words, no amount of expertise in Shakespeare could prepare one to construct the Brooklyn Bridge, but enjoying the theater was probably a nice part of Washington Roebling's life. Chance does not favor the mind prepared with Milton, Chaucer, and Dickinson insofar as technological advance is desired. And the second one, which counters that and is a lot shorter, is from our old friend Al Metzel of Northrop Grumman. We're going to see him next week at CMSA, and he chimed in, which is cause and which is effect? Is art the catalyst or the byproduct in the process? So LFM raises a good point. We need STEM and maybe STEAM, which I hadn't heard from before. Maybe that's a distraction, but Al's cause and effect thing is a good question too. So which is it? Do they reflect on each other, or do they counterbalance?
Go back to the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
You've seen the Brooklyn Bridge.
Sure have, yeah.
Pretty bridge?
Yeah, beautiful bridge.
Is that art?
It is art.
There you go.
It's art, and it also was in the 1870s and 1880s the very, very bleeding edge of technological advancement.
Now, I would say that actually addresses part of Alan's statement. Is in this case the Brooklyn Bridge, I think, was, you could say that the art of it was a byproduct of the art of it, the beauty of it was a byproduct of the design. But you could also, without having talked to the inventors, how did they come up with that design? Now, I don't know. Does the beauty of the Brooklyn Bridge, is part of that integrated into the actual structural strength of it? And I don't know.
It was.
Oh, okay.
I just read the book on it.
So I get back to, this is why I disagree with LFM, is I believe they work together. And you don't have it on here, but Alan actually had another comment, which it was something along the lines is that the science may come up with the idea, but it's the art that oh God, how did he put it? God, I wish it was up there. The art made it possible, or something.
It was the artistic insight allowed the vision to then be fulfilled through the engineering or something like that.
That was my premise. Alan kind of turned it on its ear a little bit, but the idea that it's still kind of the same idea is you can design it, and you can have all the math behind it and the engineering behind it and all that, but without this vision, which is kind of an artsy thing. Without this vision, you're not going to build it, or something along those lines. I'm sorry. Maybe Christopher can drag up that
the quote from Alan.
The quote from Alan there.
In the meanwhile, but I mean, well, I think that it does go hand in hand here, in my opinion, because there's a harmony to mathematics, as we know. I mean, there's the golden mean. There's all these various structural things that. The harmony of that is beautiful to the human mind, the human brain, and the eyesight. You see it, and it feels like it's structurally sound. So because it is structurally sound, it's beautiful. And because it is beautiful, it's structurally sound. Right? I mean, so that's what I think you're saying with the Brooklyn Bridge there, is that they do go together. By redirect, my additional question to you about this was, okay, well, taking that then to the realm of the work experience for those of us who are in manufacturing, or those of you in manufacturing, how do people who have that more artistic bent and those that are more in the engineering side, how do they come together and work together? Is there a conflict? Is that a good conflict? Or do they just find that they can come together on projects and add their own special skills to it?
I don't know, but I mean, here's a thought I have. We finished in the Bay Area here. We had the old Oakland Bridge, which sustained some damage during the Loma Prieta, not the Loma Prieta, the earthquake we had back in, what was it, 98?
89?
89, right.
Yeah.
So they built a new Oakland Bridge. It's a beautiful looking bridge.
Yes.
Now they could have built the same exact type of bridge, a couple pillars that stick up, road runs in between it, ugly. But they made this beautiful sweeping kind of thing. Why'd they do that? They didn't have to do it that way, but somebody thought, maybe a bridge should look nice. So somewhere along the lines, somebody said, can we make this bridge be pretty? And they, somewhere the designer and the bridge builders got together and said, okay, well, we can use this design. Here's the engineering expertise that would have to go into making it real. And I think that was one of the things that Alan was getting to, is like, yeah, you can have just a piece of steel that crosses the water, ugly, or you can have some inventiveness to it, some artistic input into it, and create this turn this ugly concept into a beautiful concept, where you get this beautiful bridge crossing the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. It looks beautiful, it's elegant, right? Well, where does that come from? Well, it comes from an artistic perspective, melding with the engineering.
Well, you go to the Brooklyn Bridge. I just read the McCullough a book about the building of the Brooklyn Bridge with John Roebling, the designer who died early on, and Washington Roebling, his son, who finished it, despite having a terrible case of the bends. But I mean, there was a lot of artistic ideas that went into the Gothic structures of those arches and things.
Right, sure.
It was very much an eye towards not only the functionality of it, where they sunk these caissons so deep and built it, but also built it with an idea that it would be beautiful and harmonious and all that stuff. So
So I will say, I don't think you can have one without the other.
Right.
I shouldn't say that. You probably can have one without the other, but it's not inspiring.
So Ella, is that the one? Okay. As to the arts being, the arts may not prepare one to build the next great edifice, they will inspire that edifice.
There we go.
That's what Alan said.
Saying.
Thank you, Christopher, for reading that up. So the bottom line, the takeaway here is that you do believe in STEAM. You do believe that STEAM is better than STEM, and that a focus on STEM exclusively won't get you as far, maybe, as STEAM.
Exactly. That's my belief.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's
but read LFM's comment in there. It's lengthy, but it is really good.
Very well
and actually, he does make some good points in there.
He does.
Yeah.
Great. Good job, Dirk. Thank you, man. All right.